What version of you are you deciding to be? Are you going to continue to be the version of you who can only manifest small things? Or are you going to be the version of you who can manifest the big things because nothing is too big for you to manifest? Nothing is too hard for you to manifest because manifesting is so easy for you. It's so natural for you. Now that you're here, before we start the video, if you haven't done so already, I would love to invite you to come and join us on the Discord server. It's a free community that I created, and you can connect with other like-minded people, share your success stories, get answers to your questions, share your subliminals, everything else in between. So if you're interested in that, look in the description below. You'll see the link. It says join my free Discord server. Just click that and come in, introduce yourself, and come hang out. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So for today's Monday motivation, I want to give you the motivation of testing it out. Okay. I want you to test out the things that you are learning, the knowledge that you have soaked in. It's time to apply it. And I feel like I've given this message before, but testing it out isn't something I feel like I've spoken on. So, or at least spoken on in enough detail. So what I mean by testing it out, you already may know your favorite manifestation methods or routines. You know your favorite techniques. You have ingested enough knowledge, okay? You have watched enough videos. You have read enough success stories. You know exactly how the law works. You know exactly how all of this works. You know that your dominant thoughts become your assumptions, and your assumptions then play out in your reality and become your belief. Whatever it is that you're deciding to be true will be true for you, and it will either happen instantaneously or it will happen at the right moment for you. It is all dependent on you, though. Everything that you experience, including the time, is all created through you. You know this. You know this information. And I want you to know you don't have to keep looking and searching for answers, keep watching videos to continue to get reassurance. And, you know, yes, it's motivating. Yes, it can boost you and uplift your spirits. But at some point, you have to take the wheel. You have to sit in the driver's side and you have to steer your life in the direction that you want it to go. Like I said, it is totally fine to listen to other videos and go on all the different apps and just read and intake the knowledge. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to get off the hamster wheel and you have to test it out for yourself. If you are in a position, if you are a person, really this video I feel like is for anybody who is still questioning, is this possible for me? Can I manifest this thing? Is it possible for me to do this? Because if you still feel that way, then it's time for you to test it out. It's time for you to show yourself just how powerful you are. Because technically, you don't have to test anything out. But what this is going to do is it is going to soothe your ego. It is going to boost your confidence in your manifestation abilities because you're already doing it anyway. You've just been unconscious to the fact that you literally do create all of your experiences down to the finest detail. But what you haven't done is consciously proven to yourself that you can manifest specific things. You can decide to experience specific things and those things happen. That's probably what you haven't done. And that's why you're still searching and looking at different creators and looking at different content and still trying to find an answer or trying to find the best way. You won't know the best way based on somebody telling you that it's the best. Because manifestation is not a one size fits all. What works the best for somebody is based off of their own perception and their own beliefs. So you have to choose what's going to work the best for you. How are you going to show up as the version of yourself who has what they want every day? And when I say test it out, yes, turn off YouTube, turn off all of the other apps, turn off all your social media apps. Just step away from the phone for a moment and test out consciously bringing certain things into your experience, consciously being aware of something being a possibility for you, being your truth. Test it out. So if you are in the position where you are still questioning if certain things are possible for you or if certain things can be manifested, anything can be manifested because anything is possible. Literally every single thing exists right now. Every version of you that has everything that you desire exists right now. You just have to identify as that version of yourself. You have to decide that that is who you're going to be. When you perceive life through that version of yourself, that is what you get a reflection of. That is what your world being your mirror, that is what you see. That is what will be shown right back to you. So testing it out looks like this, in my opinion. You're going to pick something, okay? It doesn't have to be your specific desire. Because if you feel like you've been trying to manifest your specific desire and it's just not working, and I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, let's go to this exercise. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, and we're going to go to what you perceive as small, simple, and irrelevant. So, if you've been on my videos before, my favorite example is a lime green car. You can choose a lime green car. You can choose a specific cartoon character. You can choose a specific animal. Just choose something that you really just don't care about. Choose something that is so irrelevant, so awkward. You could choose a daisy, a sunflower, a flamingo. One time I chose the Pink Panther. Pick something random. Just whatever comes to mind first when I say that, go with it. And what I want you to do is, for the rest of this week, tell yourself how you always see that thing. So if you chose lime green cars, I literally see a lime green car every time I leave my house. Or if you want to see a certain color butterfly, I always see pink butterflies. If it's a certain cartoon character, SpongeBob literally is everywhere. I see SpongeBob everywhere I go. It doesn't matter what you pick. I just want you to pick something that is so irrelevant, so small, just like something you don't care about, okay? Like, just make it fun. Don't stress yourself out about it. Don't overthink it. Please don't overthink it, because I want you to keep this super simple. This is the motivation. You're going to find the motivation in this exercise, because when you proceed through the rest of the week being the version of you who always sees whatever this thing is that you just chose, you're the version of you who always sees SpongeBob. Everywhere I go, I see SpongeBob. Every time I open my phone, there's SpongeBob. I keep seeing people wearing SpongeBob t-shirts. There's SpongeBob everywhere. You're being the version who always sees SpongeBob, because imagine if you really did see SpongeBob everywhere you go. That's what you're going to be saying. Just like you probably say about repeating numbers. If you're a person who is always seeing repeating numbers, angel numbers, I'm sure you're saying things like, I see 333 all the time, or every time I look at the clock, it's 11:11. You're manifesting that because you're conscious of it. You are aware of it. You are the version of you who experiences repeating numbers. So be the version of you who experiences this thing, this random thing that you pick, and watch how fast it manifests into your reality. I guarantee you it will manifest so fast. It's not going to take you the entire week. It's not going to take you 7 days for it to manifest. Why? Because you're the version of you who has it, and you have no resistance to it. You're not resisting yourself on it. You have no opposing thoughts to it because you don't care about it. You have no emotional attachment to it because you don't care about it. You're also not blocking yourself because you don't believe that there's a block over this thing. There are no previous assumptions or beliefs that you could have around this thing that will stop it from showing up instantly in your reality. Because again, anytime something doesn't show up instantly, it's just a belief that you have, and you are believing that you don't manifest instantly. You're not being that version of yourself. And until you become that version of yourself, which is an instant, okay? It's an instant shift. The moment you decide you are a version of yourself, you are that identity, that is who you become. But when you persist in it, when you keep deciding, when you are consistent with the thought of being that version of you, that's how you stay in that state of being. And I intend that I didn't lose y'all here because I feel like I just hopped from one thing to the next. But back to the exercise. Whatever it is that you choose is going to show up very fast because, like I said, there's nothing opposing, nothing contradicting it. And what that's going to do is that's going to boost your confidence because you're going to prove to yourself that you can consciously manifest something. Yes, it was something that you perceive as small or irrelevant. And that's not to say, well, I can manifest the small things, but I can't manifest the big things. That's an assumption. That is an affirmation. Literally, that is an affirmation. You just affirmed that you can manifest small things, but you can't manifest the big things. So use that as a moment to become aware of yourself and to start telling yourself, it's so easy for me to manifest the big things. The biggest manifestations come the easiest to me. The hardest things other people try to manifest, I manifest so easily. That's not hard. That's actually so easy for me to manifest. It's what version of you are you deciding to be? Are you going to continue to be the version of you who can only manifest small things? Or are you going to be the version of you who can manifest the big things because nothing is too big for you to manifest? Nothing is too hard for you to manifest because manifesting is so easy for you. It's so natural for you. It's all about how you're talking to yourself and what version of you are you being. So with this video, please do this exercise. Once the thing manifests, I would love for you to come back to the video, leave it in the comments, let us know what it was that you decided to manifest. Come back and tell us when it manifested. Like, that's just a little piece of motivation, a little piece of encouragement for others. But once it manifests, you're already going to get a confidence boost with that thing. It's going to take you out of a state of questioning and it'll put you in the state of knowing. So when you are in the state of questioning, your state of being reflects back to you that there's so many things that you have to question. Is this possible? Is this going to happen? How is it going to happen? But when you shift to the state of knowing, you know that it's yours, you know that it happened, and there's nothing you have to do. So there's two different states of being, but you're going to shift to the state of being of knowing when you consciously get manifestation. So now you've manifested this thing. What I want you to do is pick something else. Pick something else that you want to perceive and experience it in your reality. Consciously experience it in your reality just by telling yourself you see it all the time, you have it, whatever. And when you start to see these things popping up, you're going to know without a doubt you are the one creating those things. You can, I had somebody say something about a specific tattoo once. They wanted to see somebody with a specific tattoo. They saw somebody in their reality with that specific tattoo, and the details were so specific that there's no way they didn't create that experience for themselves. That's how you boost your confidence. That's how you trust yourself. That's how you know you are a conscious creator, because you see it with this miscellaneous stuff that you really don't give a damn about. So then it boosts your confidence into being like, you know what? I can actually manifest this thing that I want, because I used to perceive it as hard. I used to perceive it as big and impossible. But now I know that anything is possible for me. It's just a mindset shift. It is just a shifting of a version of who you're being. That's all that this is. Manifestation is the simplest thing, but who are you identifying as, and are you focusing on it? Are you focusing on it, or are you distracted? Because distractions are a really big thing. You can be distracted so easily by so much stuff. So much stuff. We can be distracted by content. We can be distracted by knowledge. We can be distracted by other people's success stories. It's so easy to get distracted. So allow yourself to turn those things off and to really just test it out. Give yourself this week to test it out and to prove to yourself that you are a conscious manifester and you literally accurately manifest things all the time. All right. So if you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. If you're interested in any services that I offer, any memberships, you are more than welcome to look in the description below. I have links for everything. If you haven't got your free Manifest My Dream Life ebook, go ahead and click on the link in the description below for that as well. If you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.